Welcome everyone to today's video. We're the Dimitrov Boulay piano duo. My name is Dimitri Dimitrov.
And my name is Elvira Boulay.
And in today's video, we're going to talk about playing triplets against eighth notes.
You already saw triplets against eighth notes in our last week's video. So if you liked that piece and you want to play it, you'll want to watch this video.
Now, before we continue with the video, for all those of you who are watching our videos and enjoying them, but you've forgotten to subscribe, please do so because that will help us enormously. So let's get started with the explanation. What are we going to do first?
So the first thing you actually need to know, especially if you're new to triplets against eighth notes, is that not all notes are played together. So what we see very often when people don't actually realize that it's triplets against eighth notes, that they play them together, like this. As you maybe heard, what I'm doing now is I'm playing the A together with the C sharp in the left hand. That's wrong. So now we're going to take a look at actually what are you supposed to do.
Or if you want to be more friendly, you can say, that's incorrect.
It's wrong.
No, you're simply wrong.
So what we're going to do is one hand has triplets, in this case the right hand, and one hand has eighth notes, in this case the left hand. The right hand is playing 3 notes in the same time that the left hand is playing 2 notes. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off together, and then the hand with the triplets, the right hand, is going to continue.
In between.
In between, as you can see from the stripe that I'm drawing.
So what we get so far, I'll play 1 octave higher, together, right hand, alone, and then.
And now, the left hand continues and comes in between the C sharp and the A.
Again, alone, left hand. So right hand alone, left hand alone.
Yes. And now in the end, to top it off, your right hand is going to play the last note of the triplet, the A, after your left hand. So again,
also alone.
All of these notes are not together.
Together, alone, alone, alone.
And that is when the next triplet starts, the next group, and that will be again starting off together.
Exactly.
So now theoretically you know how to play triplets against eighth notes.
Okay, so you know now the theory behind, you know which note comes with which and where the notes don't match, where you have to play them not together. But now it comes the important practical part, practical side of things, where you want to play, of course, and you want to play this well. So let's see how you are going to do that. One of my favorite exercises to do is basically to remove. If you take the first triplet, we're talking about only the first triplet. You're going to take the first triplet and you're going to remove the last note of the triplet. So you're going to have 2 notes left of the triplet, and we're going to use the 2 notes in the left hand, the 8 notes. What that means is that you're going to do, instead of, we're removing this and we're going to do. Because that is the right timing, that is exactly the moment where the left hand needs to come in between the C sharp and the A in this case. Again. And I have a nice exercise for you to do if you want to truly grasp the rhythm, the exact spot where you have to play that second note of the left hand, the 8th note. You can also clap. You can do simply. And because, you know, maybe with playing, for those of you who are a little bit more in the beginning stage of figuring this out, or even more advanced who don't understand it, just do. As you can see, we have pom, pom, pom. So they're a little bit close to each other, the second and the third note. And then try to replicate that with playing. And when you're comfortable with these notes without the last note, right, only this, you're going to add the last note of the triplet. But you're not going to play any further. That's a big mistake that everybody makes. People try to just do everything at once when in reality they can't. So you're going to just add the last note of the triplet. again, with the exercise of clapping, you can do tum, pop, pop, pum, pum, pop, pop, pum. That's what you need to get actually. Tum, pop, pop, tum, tum, pum.
Now, a mistake that we very commonly see actually is to not give enough space between starting off together and the first note in the right hand, the first note of the triplet. So we very often see that coming too soon, and that will destroy the rhythm.
Yeah, exactly, because like what I gave you the exercise, tum, pop, pop, pum. As you see, there is space between the first note. Exactly, that's very well that you point this out. I've actually heard this exact mistake.
It's a common
in my
mistake.
experience. Yeah. So that's good that Elvira mentions it, because you can then be alert and connect this with the clapping exercise, the rhythm, that there is actually space, right? You hear that the first, and then there is space between the first clap and the next three claps. Tum, pop, pop, pum. Pum, pop, pop, pum. It's not ta, ta, nothing like that. Space, ta, ta, tum. Space, ta, ta, tum. So the same is space, and then ta, ta, tum. Remember this rhythm, you can just play the video over and over with my wonderful clapping skills. And you can, I'm sure that this is going to help, because it's a very simple exercise and it's going to get your triplets against 8 notes really on spot. And then what you can do is simply add the next first note of the pattern, because we gave the example with Einaudi. In this case, you can do simply stop on the first note, and that's how you can merge them all together, like add one by one, and then at some point you will be able to do a longer session or longer sequence of triplets against 8 notes.
And if you're wondering about another piece that was featured on our channel not too long ago with triplets against 8th notes, it's actually the Fantasy Impromptu, and I'll link it for you up here if you haven't watched it yet.
And as with all kinds of things that you want to improve, not only these triplets against 8 notes, whatever it is that you practice, don't forget that one of the most important things is that you are patient, that you take the time, because I think that the majority of people are impatient. The majority of people want everything too soon, and they just we've never seen that they can actually get the results that they want. So if you're a little bit more patient and you take the time to understand something, you will be able to do it for the rest of your life with ease, simply because you truly understand it. That would be my final advice. And if you have any questions on any topics that we can answer all. You can contact us. You can just just write a comment under the videos, and that's it.
Also, we'd love to hear your playing, so feel free also to send us a link to your playing, if you're playing triplets against 8 notes, if you're playing the Einaudi piece we featured lately, or any other piece. We'd love to hear you.
Yeah, so that will be all for today. Don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. And as always, perhaps some of you know, we're on Instagram, on Facebook, so you can follow us there. Thank you so much for watching. For us, recording this video for you was a great pleasure, and we'll see you next week again.